Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
A driver says he didn't think he would make it through a carjacking alive when 5 masked men held him up at gunpoint, and that's only the beginning. Most of those dangerous men still on the run. I'm Virginia Shaw.
I'm Jason Martinez. 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is live in Vista. And Mimi, the guys led deputies on a chase but didn't get very far with that stolen car.
Not with the car, Jason. Virginia. After they stole it over on West Los Angeles Drive, they also robbed the man of his wallet and his cell phone, and then they took off in the stolen car. But then you can see here, this street is narrow. This is about a mile away of where they stole the car, and then they ended up hitting a dead end right over here, crashing into this garage that's now been boarded up. But the thing is this garage is attached to a home that had a family of 3 inside, including a toddler.
You know, I heard this rattling. I think they nudged this gate and knocked this up and then broke these. These are already just kind of laying here, but they broke these up as they trampled through.
Brian Cleary says he was just watching TV with his wife. Their son was asleep. Then just before 10:30 here on Franklin Lane, they heard a loud crash. That was the car going right through their garage. Then he heard people running right outside of their front door, cinder blocks breaking and a gate slamming. Those noises, the gunmen running from deputies, some hopping over a wooden fence. Deputies searched the area using flashlights, canines, and a helicopter. Then a canine named Barry found one of the men crouched behind a bush. His name is Miguel Pimentel, and he was already on probation, now arrested, facing several other charges. Cleary is just glad no one was hurt and now working on getting the damage fixed.
The garage is going to take care of itself. We're okay with that, insurance and everything, but I think the car owner sounds like he's in worse shape than I am, so I feel bad for him.
Now, fortunately, the victim was physically okay, but there are still 4 men out there on the run, so detectives want anyone who knows anything to contact them and help get these dangerous men off the street. We are live in Vista. Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
Well, this just into the 10 News Live Center. The U.S. military now investigating whether or not 2 Army Rangers were killed by friendly fire. This is the area that it happened out in Afghanistan. Sergeant Joshua Rogers and Sergeant Cameron Thomas were killed in a raid Thursday. That raid intended to target the top ISIS leader in Afghanistan. It's not yet been confirmed, but ISIS leader is believed to be among the 35 fighters killed. Now, this investigation is still ongoing. Of course, once I learn if, in fact, those 2 Army Rangers were killed by friendly fire, I'll bring you that.
Kalina, thank you very much. It was compact car versus a big rig this morning on the 15. It snarled traffic for several hours right at rush hour.
Yeah, when you see the smaller car wedged under the semi, it is hard to believe the driver walked away. 10 News reporter Mary McKenzie is live over the freeway. Mary, a few inches made the difference between life and possibly death.
It's true. Virginia, just over my shoulder, you can see where this crash happened this morning. Traffic, of course, is moving just fine now after several hours of being backed up. But if this driver of that little white car hadn't been by herself in the car this morning, or if she'd been going just a little bit faster, I'm not sure she would have survived this crash, or that either driver would have walked away with just scratches. It was just before 6:30 this morning, right as rush hour was picking up. This tractor trailer was hit by not 1, but 2 cars as it traveled southbound on I-15 between Carroll Canyon and Miramar Road. CHP investigating after 2 drivers who both walked away ended up with their cars wedged underneath it. The white SUV hit another car first while changing lanes before smashing into the side of the semi. The car he hit first is this one, wedged underneath the back of the tractor trailer. And if the edge of the semi went just a few more inches into this compact, or if the driver, this woman, had been going any faster, she might not have been okay. Both drivers talking to each other, neither one with more than just a few scratches. Firefighters had to spend some time this morning getting those 2 cars out from under the semi as just 2 lanes of traffic squeezed by. As anyone knows who has been in a crash before, sometimes it doesn't hit you just how close a call you have had right away. And it's possible when she sees this video or sees the pictures of the aftermath of the accident, she'll realize just how little of a difference made all the difference this morning. We're live in Miramar. Mary McKenzie, 10 News.
Wow, thank you, Mary. Some new information here. We now know the name of the student who died after falling off a cliff overlooking Black's Beach. His name is Horan Lee, 23 years old. He was a student at UC San Diego. Lee and a friend were on the cliff last week when they slipped and fell in the darkness. She was able to hang on until crews tracked her cell phone and rescued her. Lee fell farther down and died from the fall. New today, a suspected drunk driver plowed his truck into a bar he had just left. Everybody inside had to duck or dive to get out of the way. One new employee at the bar was working her very first shift when this truck came crashing in. She's just fine. So were the two guys who were playing pool in the path of that truck.
Thank God, yeah. It was really amazing. Really amazing. And thank God that there was only two guys playing pool. If there was more people playing pool, then there might have been more people hurt.
Paramedics checked out 4 people. They are all okay. The driver pulled forward apparently instead of putting his truck in reverse. He was not hurt, but police did arrest him for DUI. Bar employees say he had stopped drinking 2 hours before that crash, but that apparently wasn't enough time for him to sober up.
Developing story out of Washington today, lawmakers have voted to pass a stopgap funding bill to delay a government shutdown at least for a week. The vote came earlier this morning, hours ahead of the midnight deadline.
Yeah, now lawmakers have until May 5th, that's next Friday, to nail down a year-long budget. In the meantime, as Kenneth Moten reports, the focus is elsewhere on President Trump's 100th day in office.
This morning, lawmakers voted on that one-week extension.
1 week. That's all this bill does. Our constituents expect and deserve better from their elected officials.
House Republicans putting off that new GOP healthcare plan at least until next week. The reason? They still don't have the votes.
We're having very productive conversations with our members, and we feel like we're on the right track.
They are in a lose-lose-lose situation. The president is making them walk the plank.
The eve of President Trump's 100-day milestone.
It's a false standard, 100 days, but I have to tell you, I don't think anybody has done what we've been able to do in 100 days.
No legislative victory to his name, but plenty of executive orders, tweets, and political fallout involving Russia and Trump's first national security advisor, Michael Flynn. The president silent about the newest investigation into whether Flynn broke the law for accepting money from a group backed by the Russian government. But Trump's first 100 days had him in reflection mode in an interview with Reuters.
I loved my previous life. I had so many things going. This is more work than in my previous life. I thought it would be easier.
But rallies and addressing friendly crowds, always easy for the president. Trump speaking to the National Rifle Association this afternoon in Atlanta, the first sitting president to attend the NRA's annual meeting since Reagan. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
New today, it was 20 years ago a San Diego man went on a nationwide killing spree.
In April 1997, Andrew Cunanan killed his first victim in Minnesota before going on to kill 5 people, including famous fashion designer Gianni Versace. The crime spree started in Minneapolis and continued through Minnesota and Chicago before he was added to the FBI's 10 most wanted list. From there, he killed a man in New Jersey before traveling to Miami, where he killed Versace. A week later, Cunanan committed suicide inside a houseboat off Miami. Local journalist Roman Jimenez covered the story from the beginning. He says he'll never forget the search for the serial killer that went into the summer.
There was this nationwide manhunt, and the media converged on San Diego, trying to find clues as to where he was going, and why he had done it.
Cunanan's motivation for that crime spree remains a mystery to this day.